Hello and welcome back to Clicks on the Side. Today we're going to take a break from our DC Lantern Legacy theme team building and go back to the Marvel side of things because it's getting closer to Halloween and I had an idea for a Halloween theme team. So we are going to be looking at a 300-point modern theme team based around the monster keyword, and there is a secret theme to my team that I put together. Now, the first figure in there doesn't quite fit, but I had the points to put it in. So, starting us off today is going to be from the Spider-Verse set, common number 8B. We are using the red symbiote to get us started. There we are. The red symbiote. It's going to be coming in at 15 points for this theme team build. Symbiote, Cosmic, and Monster keywords, and no team abilities. For 15 points, you get 2 clicks with Plasticity, Poison, Toughness, and Close Combat Expert. You do actually get a range of 2, and he does have 2 targets. Now, we do have a trait, Seeking a Host. Blades, Claws, Fangs, Shape Change. When a red symbiote is KO'd, you may place it on a friendly character's card. If you do this game, that character can use Blades, Claws, Fangs, Shape Change, and Sidestep. That is the whole reason the red symbiote is on this team. I thought he'd be a little bit more beneficial than the black symbiote, and he is a little bit... He can be dangerous. You do have to get him into position. I wish he was tiny size so he could be carried easier, but it is what it is. But they do have to acknowledge that red symbiote is a threat because he will have an 11 attack with 3 damage with that close combat expert if you get him up there, and he does have blades. So they will need, he is a problem they will have to take care of, or he could potentially be KOing opponents at only 15 points. And then once he is gone, you get to add the blades, the shape change, and the sidestep to one of our other characters we have on this build. And this is where we start getting into the secret theme of this build. Let me know if you can guess it. Let me know when you can guess it. But we're going to be starting off from Smash and Destroy. Uncommon number 15A. We are bringing in Desir. There we are. Desir will be joining this build. Desir does have the Mystics team ability as Guardian, Monster, Mystical, and Warrior keywords, and does come in at 30 points. For 30 points, you get 4 clicks with improved movement through character bases, a range of 3 with 1 target, and you do start off with Hypersonic Speed, Blades, Super Senses, and Empower. And then for the other 3 clicks, you have Sidestep, some Steel Energy, and Close Combat Expert to go along with it. They do also have a trait, Soon We Will Be Sated. When an opposing character is KO'd, Desir and adjacent friendly characters modify their attack +1 this turn. Not too shabby. Gotta love the combination of hypersonic speed and blades. The super senses gives you a little bit of survivability, and you do have the mystics if they do happen to hit you. But not quite done with Desir yet, because as you saw, Desir is Asgardian, so we might as well go ahead and give Desir the Destroyer armor for free. So you can go ahead and do it on click number 2. If you want to just add the +1 with the toughness and then Close Combat Expert on the first click with your blades rolls, I'm just going to go ahead and do it on click number 3 for a +2, some invuln, and it does give her a giant size to go along with it. So now you do have giants, colossal willpower, or whatever you want to call that, to go along with it, so you can get those action tokens off of your Desir. All right, any guesses yet of where we are going with this build? All right, well, let's see if you can guess after this character, also from Smash and Destroy. We are bringing in our prime number 29B Abomination. I have been waiting to get a team together with him. I still am planning to try to use him in more builds after this, but he in particular I wanted to get in on this build. So there is Abomination. Which a great job on that sculpt, I think. Okay, we do have Abomination. He is going to be at his 45-point click, and that will give you 5 clicks of health, no range, 1 target. He is giant size, and he does have improved movement through blocking terrain. You get the Masters of Evil team ability, Aim and Intelligentsia, Lethal Legion, Masters of Evil, Brute, Monster, and Spy keywords. You do start off with some plasticity, super strength throughout, invincible to start with a special damage power. Later on, he does gain some battle fury, and on the last 2 clicks, he does go from invincible to invulnerable. Does come with some traits though. Project Hulkbuster is the first one. Opposing characters can't knock characters back and can't be given terrain actions protected Pulse Wave. And then he does have You Are All Beneath Me. Traded Charge. When Abomination attacks one or more characters that have the Brute or Monster keyword, or that can use Super Strength, modify his attack and damage +1. Very, very nice. Love that he does end up getting some charge with that plasticity. But not quite done yet, because he does have that special damage power on his first click. And that is Battle Fury, Close Combat Expert, and Shape Change. Abomination's other powers have protected Outwit. So if they do choose to target him with Outwit, that is the power they have to outwit before they can try to go after that Invincible. Very, very nice. 45 points, not bad at all. All right, have we guessed it yet? Have we figured out what our secret theme is? Because this next one is probably going to give it away. So get your last guesses in now, because joining us is a WizKids exclusive piece from 2024. And we are bringing in Zombie Scarlet Witch. That's right. We have Undead as Guardians. We have the Abomination. And now we have the Zombie Scarlet Witch. Our secret theme for this team is Disney Animated Studios' Marvel Zombies. If you have not seen that 4-episode series, I highly recommend it. I thought they did a very good job with that. I'm hoping we get more. Even if it's going back to What If, I would hopefully for... It did leave it open for something else to happen. So, without any major spoilers, I would look into the show if you have not seen it. But we do have the Zombie Scarlet Witch coming in at 80 points. She has the Mystics team ability, Avengers, Monster, Mystical, and Zombie Horde keywords. For 80 points, that does give you 9 clicks with a range of 5 and 1 target. She does have Flight. Now, her dial is a little all over the place. She does have, starts off with Running Shot, Precision Strike, a special defensive power going into ESD with probability control. And then later on, she goes into Force Blast with Penetrating Psychic Blast, some Super Senses, and Close Combat Expert. That alternates with some ESD in there, a Running Shot. And then on her last 2 clicks, she goes back to her Running Shot precision strike, and special defensive power, and then alternates between probability control and close combat expert. She does have a trait, Undead Hunger. When Zombie Scarlet Witch KOs an opposing character after resolutions heal her 1 click. If that character had a point value greater than 50, heal her 3 clicks instead. Very, very solid. She does have a second trait, and that is Baba Yaga. When Zombie Scarlet Witch hits a single target with a range attack after resolutions, place the hit character adjacent to her, and she may make a close attack. That's right. This is why the red symbiote is on this team, because you want to get that shape change, that sidestep, and that Blades Claws Fangs on Zombie Scarlet Witch. Because let's say she is at top dial and now it is given shape change, sidestep, and Blades Claws Fangs. She can running shot up 4, shoot for 5 with precision strike. Has the probability control if you need it to hit for 3, and then after, if you do hit, now you get to pull them up nice and close to her, and they have to deal with her blades roll now. Yeah, absolutely love that. Plus, she does have her defensive power, Trapped in the Basement. Super senses. At the end of your turn, generate up to 4 blocking terrain markers within range in squares not adjacent to each other. At the beginning of your next turn, remove them. And my friend over at the Makers Market on Facebook was kind of Jeremiah Peterson was nice enough to make some of those. Again, if you have not seen any of his work, I highly recommend looking into it. Very happy with how those turned out. And then on the other side, should they happen to get broken, there you go. He was able to make them out of red as well. So there we have the Zombie Scarlet Witch. That does leave us with 120 points to put on this team build. Go ahead and put these guys right there. And there was one other main character on that show that there has sort of been a figure made of. I'm hoping we get a Blade Knight someday, but not right. We don't have one right now. So I will settle for this character from the Collector's Trove, promotional piece number 102. It is Ultimate Hulk. Now, given he did not have 2 gauntlets in the show, but he definitely had all of the stones. So why not make a team for Marvel Zombies featuring this big guy? Ultimate Hulk comes in at 120 points. Has the Power Cosmic and Ultimates team ability, Ultimates, Brute, Cosmic, and Monster keywords. Has improved movement through blocking and character bases. Starts off with a special movement, super strength, toughness, and a blank damage power that does turn into charge with super strength / steel energy, depending on which dial you're on or what click you're on. Invuln and a special damage power. And that does eventually turn into Flurry with steel energy, impervious, and he keeps that special damage power. Now, he does have a trait here. You guys are so bleeping screwed. During force construction, you may add up to 6 Infinity Gem one-shots to your sideline without paying their cost. Once per game at the beginning of your turn, if all friendly Infinity Gem one-shots are face down, you may flip them all back face up. And in case you were wondering, yes, we do have all 6 of the gem one-shots. So there is the Mind Gem. We will go ahead and put that one out there. We have the Power Gem. the Reality Gem, the Soul Gem, the Space Gem, and last but not least, the Time Gem. So it gives you lots of options for stuff you can do throughout the game if the situation does arise. And if you happen to hit all 6 of them, you get them back. That's right. That is just crazy for what this Ultimate Hulk can do. But he's not done yet because he has a second trait, Battling the Ultimates. Ultimate Hulk can reduce penetrating damage. Traded. Love it. And then there you do see his special movement when he starts off. It is Leaping Smash, Flurry, Plasticity, Sidestep. When Ultimate Hulk is given a move action after resolutions, he may be given a terrain action as free. So, hopefully you got some blocking terrain or some objects you can pick up while he moves. Starts off with a movement of 7. That way you can just move him up to his full amount and just start swinging with that terrain. He does not have any range, so you will be limited in what you can do there. But yeah, very solid special movement there, especially since Flurry is involved. I don't know for sure. So if there's a rules expert out there, please do let me know. If you do a close terrain action as free, and it's a terrain attack, would you be able to flurry since the terrain breaks after the first attack? But let me know. That's just something that just popped in my head. So I will never pretend to be a rules expert. So please do educate me if you do happen to know the answer to that. Then he does have that special damage power later on, defeating Wolverine. Exploit weakness. When Ultimate Hulk hits until your next turn, hit opposing characters can't use stop or heal. A very solid and beefy 120 points in this Ultimate Hulk. But wait, there's more, because as you can see, he is a brute, and we are going to use everybody's favorite piece of equipment, the +1 longsword, and give that to Ultimate Hulk as well. That grants close combat expert, blades, claws, fangs, and when this character uses it, increased damage dealt by +1. Now, yeah, anytime I get to use that object, I absolutely will. So there you have it. That is my 300-point modern monster theme team with a hidden theme of Marvel Animated Studios, Marvel Zombies. Let me know what you think. If there are any changes you would make, is there anything that I missed that could have fit in better? Like I said, I know the red symbiote doesn't really work, but what it can do is very beneficial to this team, and there was only 15 points for me to 15 or 20 points for me to mess around with. So that is what I came up with. But I had a lot of fun with it. I think I can't wait to bust it out for our event here closer to Halloween. But thank you very much for joining me, and until next time, this has been Clicks on the Side.